What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. HMB4. Which one? 18? Is that right? 417? I think 417 it is. Yeah, welcome. This is the live stream. This is the podcast, too. If you subscribe on HMB Radio, wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, whatever, you hear the same stuff. I still encourage you to do that anyway. My name is Will Kuntz. I'm here with Anna Hummel.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you so much.
How was your MLK Day, Anna? How was your MLK?
Monday?
Yes.
Monday was a
MLK Day.
little rough, actually, and not because of Martin Luther. Thank you for all the great work you've done.
Yeah.
I thought I caught COVID.
You may have.
I may have COVID. Just letting you know. Fair warning, because I got yelled at today on the morning show.
Yeah.
I was sick Monday night. Finished jujitsu. Walked off the mat and started feeling real rough. And for about 30 seconds, I thought, I'm like, man, I drank a bunch this weekend. Maybe, did some other stuff. I don't know. Feeling a little bit rough. Monday's coming at me hard. Walk off the mat. It took me about 30 seconds to realize that, oh, no. You're not tired. You have a fever. That's why you feel bad. Started getting the chills.
Oh, boy.
And the thing that scared me is I had COVID last April, and it was the exact same trajectory in terms of it felt like a chill, and then it accelerates quickly.
Yeah.
So the 25-minute drive from Tampa to St. Pete, I was full-blown fever, shaking, and I'm like, I have COVID now.
Yeah.
Because I attended a super spreader event on Saturday.
Yeah.
So no surprise there. Contacted my doctor. He said down 2 hydroxychloroquines immediately because I had some left over from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I downed 2, took a shower, was freezing, jumped in bed, fell asleep, woke up drenched in sweat, meaning my fever was broken, and I beat COVID in 4 hours.
Terrific.
Woke up a little weak, but 100% no symptoms, no fever, no chills, no cough, no nothing.
And you tested negative.
Tested negative twice.
Wow. This came out today. I saw a Wall Street Journal, Washington Examiner. There was CDC data. Now, YouTube, I want you to know that this is not me saying this. I did not get it from InfoWars or anything like that.
Fox News.
Not Fox News. This is CDC data. Says that you are better protected if you were infected with Delta from reinfection and having that natural immunity than from the
Alpha variant,
than getting the I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm shooting myself with
the
I just don't want to say it because I don't know what you can and can't say.
Oh, you can say vaccine.
Are you sure?
No,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure either, but that came out today. I thought that was pretty interesting. I had a very weird MLK Day. Yeah. And I feel guilty for feeling weird about it. No, nothing to do with my ancestors, thankfully. It had to do more with
being a white devil.
Okay,
that's what I thought.
So I went to a birthday party this weekend. I went. Most of my friends are middle class, borderline rich people. I would say rich to me, but probably
I'm instantly angry because I was not invited to a party.
Yeah, I know. You've kind of been put on the back burner, unfortunately. I don't know. I gotta get your back more and see if with these events.
That's okay. I have a feeling I know why, but go ahead.
And so yeah, it has to do with the yeah. I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went to this birthday party. It's a Caribbean theme. Okay, it's Martin Luther King weekend.
Right.
Caribbean theme. You see where I'm going with this?
No.
Pineapples, coconuts, hey man, that type of vibe.
Yeah.
All white people that I'm with. Unfortunately, none of my people of color friends were available to show up to this party, which was unfortunate because all of a sudden I'm sitting there drinking out of a pineapple, a very rummy drink.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden these dudes walk in with steel drums. So my friends are so rich that they hired steel drum players to play at this party.
Black people?
I don't see color. So I don't know. Yeah, they were definitely yes. They were black gentlemen, and they came in, and I got a weird vibe from it because Why do I feel weird about this?
They're getting paid.
They're getting paid.
They want to be hired.
They want to be hired. They're getting paid. I felt weird for feeling weird about this, but one of my other white friends goes, "This feels colonial." And I don't subscribe to any of that stuff. To me, that's all nonsense. I don't buy any of this cultural appropriation.
Was your brown friend there? Was there?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wish they were there.
Even though MLK was not Indian.
Well, we got blacks too in our group. We got one.
But
we
you
got
said
one
there
black.
were no black people, so I'm asking were there at least brown people? Is what I
No, there was no. That was all white.
Was just white.
Just whiteies that go around. Yeah,
gross.
I know, and it made me feel weird. And my friend mentioned, feeling like it was colonial, and like I said, I don't subscribe to that, but also I was like, yeah, it does a little bit. This just doesn't feel right. So then my friend who hired them goes, we have to go sit around and watch. And I went, why? He went, because, I hired them. They need an audience. And I go, no, they don't. They're here to play for the party for 10 people. Now, had the party been dozens of people, I don't think this would have been a big deal because you would have had people sitting around that area. You would have had people over here at the pool. Space. Yeah. So it didn't. But I was like, they're being paid. They don't necessarily need anything. Yeah, they don't care. They're getting theirs. But he goes, no, I'd really prefer it if we watch. And I go, well, how long are they here for? And he goes, 2 hours. And I go, oh, so now I got to spend 2 hours of this party watching steel drums and a steel drum band play? I don't want to do that. I want to sit in a hot tub and drink. Yeah. So it ended up after 2 hours they left, and it turned out that everybody felt a little odd and uncomfortable with this situation. And I don't, like I said, I feel bad for feeling bad because there is no reason to feel bad.
Right. No, there's no reason to feel
bad. But why did I feel bad? Or not bad, weird?
Because you've been conditioned by society, because that it looks like they're serving you. I know they said my mic's going in.
Yeah, hopefully that's better. Bob, let me know if that's better. Bob Tuscan, the hot chick, which I thought was me, but apparently it is Anna.
I think it might be me.
Okay, so let me know if that fixes it. I appreciate it.
Also, Bob, have some standards. I look like trash right now.
Well, you can't see half of your face because of the logo.
That's true. It's like I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah, which was intentional, Anna. I just want you to know that.
You always have my back.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a little odd feeling,
now, and had you captured them and forced them to play with no pay, that would have been colonial, but you didn't. You paid them and you asked them to. It's their business, and they want their business to thrive. And without you, the business would be nothing if there weren't people to pay for their services. So it feels weird, but you shouldn't feel weird.
Yeah. There was also a moment when my buddy went and got food, and he also purchased from his community, which he happens to live close to Southside St. Pete. He got some Jamaican food from one of the establishments there.
He's not even black.
Again, I mean, he's doing you can frame it any angle you look at it. It could be good or bad. He sees it as what? I'm giving money to that community. I'm sure.
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah, well, like I said, I don't get down with that. I think that's nonsense, but they totally took him for a ride, whatever this restaurant was.
Why? He paid
look, immediately I felt bad for even thinking it. But when he walked in, he had like this plate that was, the big aluminum trays that they're like, it was about a quarter of that size. And he had one of those, and it was filled with like a chicken curry and a like carrot and potato type of thing. All in one dish. And then it came with some sort of slaw, was in the same size container, just full of some sort of slaw. And
I want to guess how much this costs.
Please guess.
So it's just 2 trays of food.
2 trays of food.
And each one is like this big?
Yeah, no, it's about, I would say, this big.
Each one? Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a decent size, but
he paid $80.
I think the total cost, if I'm not forgetting, I mean, I was drinking a lot that day. I think it was closer to $140. And my initial thought was they saw this white boy walk in and took him for a ride because they knew he would pay it.
Yeah.
But is
Maybe.
that, I feel terrible for even thinking that.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, so that one I should feel bad about.
Well,
Okay.
not necessarily. I mean, I feel like there's a way to. Can you look online and kind of gauge what was going on in terms of prices?
I didn't handle any of this.
Oh,
See,
no,
you got to
no. I
understand.
would, being the Jew that I am, I would go online and see how much
Oh,
each
yeah.
thing costs, and then kind of, scale it to size.
Sure, me too. And I think
No.
part of that is they have too much money where they don't really appreciate it anymore. It's one of those things. I went out to dinner with my girlfriend the other day. She picked up the tab. We got we ordered some peel and eat shrimp, okay? And never got them. And then I didn't really think about it until after we left. And I went, you didn't pay for those peel and eat shrimp, did you? She goes, oh, I don't know. And I went, oh, that's insane. That's insane.
We don't understand because we're always like, I didn't get that Diet Coke.
Refill. Yes.
I didn't get that refill.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Why is that on the bill?
Oh, I search every time when I go to the grocery store. I shop a lot at Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie is a lot of good deals. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. They'll try to sneak one past you on the receipt. They'll have BOGOs. They don't charge. They have a advertised sign. Yep. Publix, very good. Publix is really good it is a pleasure. You don't ever have to check your receipt at Publix. At Winn-Dixie, you have to check. But I'm at the point now where if they overcharge me for something, I had to get ham for sandwiches for Christmas. And they had this ham that was on sale. And it was normally like $7. And it was on sale for $4.99. And I said, that's what I'm getting.
That's why you selected it.
That's why I selected it. And it rang up as $7.99. And I was home. And I went back for that $4. Three. I mean, it is close. It's right down the road. It's maybe a half mile down the road. So it's not that far or anything. But I have to pinch pennies right now, as a lot of Americans do. It's
also just a point of principle.
That too.
They said it was going to be this much, and that's why you selected the item.
Yes.
You feel like you've been cheated. You've been duped. If you select something because of the price, and then turns out it's not on sale.
Yeah, I got to be honest though, more so because the principle, yes, but more so because I need that $4 for a later time.
Did you got that money though, right?
Hell yeah, I got that money. Okay. Oh, I went in there. I go see, and I even threw a little snide remark at the manager at Winn-Dixie.
Oh yeah, what'd you say?
I just said, man, I gotta check my receipt every time I leave this joint. Ooh. And they went, I apologize, sir. I go, it's okay. I just gotta check my receipt. That's all. But yeah, it was definitely a weird occasion. I wanted to talk to you today. And by the way, you can get in contact with the show on here on the live stream. You could leave comments on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. I'm trying to keep up with the Twitter, feed as well. That's a little challenging though, because I don't have a producer. It's just me, and I'm doing all this at the same time. So I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff. You can leave a message, 813-693-2124. And please follow us on social media at home_made_man. Now you have Anna Hummel Radio, but one of them has underscores in it. Is that correct?
Yeah, my Instagram has some underscores in it. If you look up Anna Hummel, it'll come up. But yeah, Anna Hummel Radio on Twitter, and then Anna_Hummel_radio. But if you look up Anna Hummel Radio, it'll come up. I'm not hard to find.
The future is female, Anna.
Gross.
Have you heard this? I've seen it on marketing tools. I've seen
the slogan. Yeah,
I've seen it on T-shirts. I've seen it on Facebook cover photos that a lot of my friends have, where they claim that the future is in fact female.
What does that mean? Like there's no females now? Because I see plenty.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means. I guess it means that men have had their time to run the world, and now it's ladies' times. Time for the ladies to do stuff. And I even saw some stories about that females are able to replicate without sperm. I remember we did one time. We did that story on Stay Woke, I think.
I think you're talking about fish.
Yeah,
fish
but
that can like change gender depending on the the amount of males in a given population. Like if there's not enough males, they can switch over and then
Yeah.
fertilize eggs.
There was some way that they didn't need men to reproduce.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about the story. And it was a yes, queen moment for a lot of people on the internet. I saw a lot of people who would consider themselves maybe feminists and have that t-shirt with the future is female, whatever, retweet that and share that story. Now, I saw this and I said, uh-oh, the future may in fact be male because there's the thing called synthetic wombs now.
Yeah.
And a few ultra wealthy men think it might be a good idea, but they didn't appear to consult any women to find out what they think. And some people are saying it's a horrible idea. I think it's kind of an Elon Musk thing where he put it out there, and he tends to troll a little bit online. So we kind of put it out there that perhaps we could do some sort of synthetic womb, and ergo, there would be no need to have ladies about at all. We could just find ways to. I'm sure if you can do it with the fish, can do it with only ladies. I'm sure you can find out a way to just do it with only men, and then you incubate it in these wombs, and there you go. Problem solved. Bye.
I don't know if that.
I'm talking to you, Anna.
I know you are. It felt personal at the end. I don't know if it works that way, but I think you need an egg. You need that egg.
They can make it. They make the egg.
Okay.
Well, if they don't need the sperm, why would we need the egg if we can just incubate it in a? Because
I think you need the sperm. I think you need you need DNA from the sperm. Could you get that from another egg? I don't know, but you definitely need the egg because that's like the house. You know.
Yeah.
That's the house.
Well, I can't wait to get the Futures male coffee cup. I'm going to drink at it every day.
You should.
And I'm going to have the artificial womb on some sort of T-shirt and be like, get the step in on it. And I can't wait to wear it. I think it's going to be a good time.
I think you should just get the Futures female and then just cross out the FE. I think that would be, you know what I mean? That's
right.
Even better.
Oh man, just get the original shirt and then cross it out.
X.
Oh, I love that. That's tremendous. Well, I had this too, that Bruce Arians, I know you're a big sports fan. I'm sorry.
He's just the head coach of the Bucks. Go on.
I don't know if did you watch the game where the Tampa Bay didn't
slap that guy in the head?
Oh, so you do know about this.
I'm a sports chick now. Don't you get it? Don't you understand now that I do sports and I do cars? Get to step in.
Well, so you did see at least the clip of Bruce Arians.
10-second Twitter video of him hitting that guy in the head. They were getting he's gonna get a penalty or something. Right?
Yeah.
All upset because he hit a black guy in the head, right?
Well, I don't know if it was.
He said that it was okay to hit from a white guy to hit the black guy in the head. I've been saying not okay. Will saying it's okay.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
We differ in that way.
Oh no! I didn't say
it's okay to hit people.
No, absolutely not. I didn't say anything like that, especially on MLK weekend. I would never say that. So I guess initially he was trying to not have, I think it was Andrew Adams he slapped in the head, and he was trying to get him away from the play because I think he was pulling at the referee, and you can't
pulling at one of the Eagles players or something.
You can't touch, the refs. That's a big deal. You could get in a lot of trouble for that. So he smacked him in the head, ran out there, smacked him in the head, get out of there. Well, he's been fined $50,000. By the NFL today, just for that. Now he had a helmet on, mind you.
And the guy's getting hit way harder on the field.
Oh yeah, I mean that's certainly not going to give him the CTE that he will inevitably get. That little slap on his head, but I feel like, I wonder if that would have happened a few years ago, or I wonder if the NFL is starting to delve into the, I don't know, kind of like, well, I know they're getting a little woke with some of their stances on
pacification.
Yes.
Is that where you're going?
Yes. That's what I was kind of going for. I've never really seen a coach like slap somebody live. I remember there was a USF football coach, Jim Leavitt, and his problem was that he loved the Bulls too much. He loved the Bulls football team so much. And there was a kid who complained. He was on the football team and said that the coach grabbed his helmet and kind of shook it around a little bit. That, to me, Doesn't seem like a big deal.
Mm-mm.
Having Bruce Arians smack a guy on the helmet, not really a big deal. But
Yeah.
it seems like now the league has a problem with this. I don't really recall seeing it very often. I thought it was unusual. I saw Barstool Sports tweet it out. So it kind of must have been a thing where they're like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? But I also didn't think it was a big deal. But the league's fined him $50,000. He said he'll appeal it. He said it ain't got nothing to do with the game, so we're good. He told that to the Tampa Bay Times. The Bucks host the Rams at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Should Bruce Arians have been fined for smacking him in the helmet?
Well, I don't know anything about anything, but what I do know is that I was hanging out with an ex NFL player this weekend. Not bragging, but I am, and I will name drop.
Wow.
Yeah. We had a Big Bubba Army series of events last week, 3, and on the first night of festivities, Ty J Armstrong came to hang.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And he was talking about that very thing. He said, he said he definitely has CTE, and he's even said that he's somewhat of a shell of his former self. But he says that things are a lot different now. He said when he was playing, I believe in the 90s, he said that you could be throwing up, from a concussion, borderline, blacked out, kind of stumbling around, and the coach was like, get in the game. Now it's like they check you out. You have to see the doctor. The rules are a bit different. You can't lead with your head. The helmets have changed. But he talks about how much rougher it used to be back when he was playing a mere, 20, 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the game has definitely evolved, and I don't, better or worse, I don't really know. I don't know much about the sport at all. But he's saying back then it was a lot more dangerous. So it sounds like kind of what you're saying, that it's becoming a bit more pussified.
I mean, I think some of the stuff like the safety protocols are a good thing.
Yeah.
Definitely makes the game worse. I love.
Entertaining?
Oh yeah, I love to look at old 70s and 80s clips of just. I mean,
we're gonna have to look at them after the show.
It's intense. Yeah, I mean, it makes you sick. Like, there's guys who look like they're dead after they get hit, and then they're just like celebrating the other guy who hit them, like over his dead body. I mean, they're not dead. They might be dead now.
Concussed or paralyzed.
Oh yeah, just laid out on the ground. It's very shocking. Yeah, I'll show you. But they have like big hits from the 80s, retro NFL, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
it's wild.
But it makes it more entertaining, obviously.
Certainly it's pretty entertaining, but you also watch a man die. It's kind of one of those things like Faces of Death, where that can be entertaining. Yeah, just like ultra violence, where you go, oh, a lot. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, certainly. But yeah, I don't know. I think he said he'll appeal it, and I wonder if he'll win that appeal, or if the league will make him pay up. They're certainly writing a lot about him in like Pro Football Talk this week, and they're trying to make him sound like a monster. And I feel like part of this is because of the Antonio Brown thing, where he, claimed that Bruce Arians tried to make him play hurt. So I feel like he's got
off the state. I mean,
yeah. So I feel like he's kind of got a little bit of a microscope, on him.
Well, the team's doing really well. He's got Brady on the team, so I feel like he already just attracted a lot of attention there.
Yeah.
And obviously Antonio Brown. It seems like there's a lot of things that are attracting attention that you don't want to attract attention.
Right.
People running off the field, you assaulting your players, things like that.
So. Yeah. So I think that's dumb that he was fine. I think he was just trying to, because how do you get his attention? He's got in full pads, a helmet. Yeah. Everybody's yelling and screaming. Yeah. You give him a smack.
It looked like Grandpa was going in and be like, hey, kids.
Yeah.
Like,
knock it off.
Yeah, knock it off.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. That'll be interesting to see if he gets that appealed or not. But finally, I want to talk about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, your boyfriend. There was a story that went out. I think it was in Rolling Stone, The Guardian, a few of the other usual suspects. Joe Rogan has such an intense microscope on him because he has a huge viewing audience. Okay. He has 11 million downloads an episode, according to Spotify. Now, if they're telling the truth, I don't know. I have no idea. But he has this spotlight on him. And I think part of it is they these corporate outlets, CNN, whatever, all these people who bitch about him all the time, think that if they can get rid of Joe Rogan, that these people will come back and watch them. They'll be like, oh, well, there's nothing else to watch. I'll go watch Don Lemon on CNN. Like, that's not going to happen. That's not a thing.
It's not their audience.
And I found out that there was this letter that 270 medical doctors sent out a letter of concern to Spotify to alert them that he is spreading disinformation and he's dangerous. And it turned out that one of the ladies that kind of started this, what do you call it? Petition. Yeah. Is a Rockefeller Foundation associated person, which if you're into any sort of conspiracy, Rockefeller, that name should, ring some bells that they have some nefarious connections to them. I don't know if it matters or not, but she definitely has that. Her name is, oh man, this is bad.
What is it?
Her name's Jessica Malte Rivera. She's the science communication lead at the Pandemic Tracking Collective with the Rockefeller Foundation. That's her thing. So that's what she put out there to try to get Joe Rogan, I guess, removed.
And what's the Rockefeller Foundation involved in that we should think there's some sort of conspiracy going on?
They just have the reputation as kind of being puppet masters that kind of control the world, that make the politicians dance.
Is there like a known, like Bill Gates, for example, is involved in like vaccine research and production, so that would make sense. Like that's a connection in my head that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are the Rockefellers? Are there some tentacles in global health? Like, is that
they're in everything? Okay, yeah, because it's like one of those guys who was like,
it's like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
There was one of those original super rich guys.
The oil, I get you.
Yeah, that kind of had the means to kind of buy off politicians potentially and make policy changes because he had the money to make these policy changes. But then it turned out that a lot of these 270 plus signees of this letter, they're not even doctors. There's around 100 that were medical doctors and MDs employed at universities, but they're not practitioners of medicine.
Of course not.
They're not practicing medicine. And there's even things like writer, researcher at Johns Hopkins University. That's one of them. There's a postdoctoral fellow at LSU. What is a fellow at a university?
Fellowship.
What does that mean?
I think it's like an extension of the residency, like to get an emphasis or a specialty in something.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So they're a student, essentially.
They're a legit doctor, but they're trying to become like a
higher doctor. Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right, well that's fair enough. There's an analytical scientist.
It's just like a data analysis, like analyst. I mean,
associate professor of clinical neurology. An adult. Oh, my eyes are getting bad. Some other that's a primary care nurse practitioner.
Have any
not a doctor
treated COVID?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
Joe had on the guy who was the most published with COVID, the most published doctor with COVID on the face of the earth, Dr. Peter McCullough. I listened to all 3 hours of that goddamn episode, and then he is the guy who developed the mRNA vaccine, and he was telling people not to get it. So, I mean, when you have two people who seem to have a wide breadth of information on what's going on, and you want to silence those people because there's a nurse practitioner that's upset in Macomb County, Michigan, it just seems like it's a little bit, uneven.
I think with that Malone guy, I think he's vaccinated and boosted, and he didn't invent the vaccine, but he helped research. He has some patents that went into the.
I'm not saying for COVID. I'm just saying the mRNA technology.
I know, but it's not like he came up with it on his. He has some patents that helped create that technology.
He's involved in
but he's not an anti-vaxxer either. That's a crazy thing where it seems like they're trying to change the definition of anti-vaxxer to just somebody who doesn't believe that everybody should have it.
Right.
Like you're a freak if you don't think that you should have some sort of freedom.
Shouldn't get it or something like that. Again, doesn't mean that elderly people shouldn't. But he wasn't saying it was a one size fits all.
Yeah. And he's also had, Sanjay Gupta from CNN on. And a lot of these people won't go on his show now, too, because he's, whatever. They have him branded. But yeah, he talks to a lot of variety of people.
A lot of people on.
Yeah.
He's invited Fauci on.
I would love to hear.
Fauci will only give him like 15, 20 minutes, and he doesn't want that. He wants long form Jones. He wants like 2-3 hours with him, which is fair because then you can go back and forth. You can really get deep into topics. You don't have that kind of, 15 minutes isn't going to give you anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you a few sound bites, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think. Not that I wouldn't. I'm not going to say that Fauci would be scared of Joe Rogan. I don't think he would want to do an interview with anybody for 3 hours because I think there would be some things that would come up that he wouldn't be comfortable talking about.
And he can't just squirrel out of them and he could in 10 minutes.
Yes, and if he did was like, I'm done, and then walked out, that would look super bad. So
it's smart not to do it.
Yeah,
you don't want to do it.
Yeah, because it's pretty clear that it seems like by now everything that was a conspiracy theory, a few months ago is just gospel.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And it seems like that maybe not him himself. Fauci had, I'm not saying that he created this thing himself. He didn't, but he helped fund research that looks like it may have, created this virus. And you remember freaking, I'm going to get kicked off YouTube. You remember freaking, the guy from USF that we had on when this whole thing went down. Yeah. He told me confidentially that a friend of his saw this like spike protein and said that this is on the HIV virus. So he's essentially saying that he thought that it was spliced off the HIV virus and put on this new virus, and it was some sort of gene research and kind of created this virus. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. But that just seems to be true. It's all but confirmed as true by like the mainstream people. But it's not out there. It's like, yeah, this is just a made thing and escape from a lab. But people are definitely leaning that way now.
They certainly are.
Yeah, it's wild. 813-693-2124, hmbradio.com. And follow us on social, home_made_man and Anna Hummel Radio. Well, we've done a half an hour. I feel like we're shorting the people, but a half an hour is not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up then. Okay. I was trying to pull this stuff up on my phone. I got to have a computer or something here so I can have it at my disposal much quicker with an ad blocker on it. Thanks to, let's see, we got Darth Alika. He says, love the show, and both y'all, woo, woo. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got a lot of Bob Tuscan. He says, MLK had nothing to do with the West Indians. Okay. Dane Page says Anna equals way too beautiful. So that's nice. Thank you, Dane, for that. Thanks. And he says this podcast is awesome. Thank you.
There's some good comments.
Bob Tuscan says MLK was assassinated by the feds. Okay. That could be. I saw that the FBI did put out a MLK tweet about, and that is like he was under FBI surveillance for a very long time, and there is some conspiracies that they probably killed MLK or had something to do with it. It's not every day that your killer gets to celebrate you on Twitter. That's nice. All right, thanks everybody. Goodbye.